News headquarters. Join us as RMU Live begins right now.
Well, what began as an unseasonal February day ended with hurricane-force winds that would wreak havoc on the area, and it's not the first time winds like those have caused trouble here in western Pennsylvania. Welcome to RMU Live. I'm Chris Walker.
And I'm Ed Albert. Last night, much of the Midwest and Northeast was under a high wind warning that brought down trees and power lines. Here on campus and around the Pittsburgh area, there was widespread damage and power outages, leaving many waking up this morning powerless. The wind gusts knocked out traffic lights and left debris on the roadways, causing some schools to delay classes. Duquesne Light and Allegheny Power report a combined 87,000 customers without power. Crews are working to get the power restored as soon as possible. Meanwhile, West Mifflin has declared a state of emergency due to damages left by the storm. The highest wind gusts in the area were clocked there, reaching speeds upward of 92 miles per hour, which is equivalent to a Category 1 hurricane.
A 5-alarm fire breaking out at an RMU building yesterday. Students and staff had to evacuate the Island Sports Center around 7 o'clock last night when flames were reported in the Clearview Arena. No major damage has been reported. Officials at the ISC could not be reached today for comment on the incident.
Earlier today, RMU announced the newly created RMU Military Service Award. This award allows veterans of the U.S. Armed Services to earn a tuition-free degree. In addition, the university will open the RMU Veterans Education and Training Center, or VET Center, to provide transition assistance to veterans and their family. Retired U.S. Air National Guard General Dan Rada, currently a professor of computer information systems here at RMU, will be the director of the VET Center. And what was supposed to be a new RMU tradition has been canceled due to a lack of interest. The winter formal dinner and dance was scheduled for tomorrow evening, but the Office of Student Life canceled the event Tuesday morning after only a few people signed up for the event, which was supposed to be held at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Moon. The winter formal dinner and dance was meant to be a spring semester version of the homecoming dance and used to be known as the annual Snowball. Everyone who signed up for the winter formal will be getting their money back.
That's a shame. I was planning on going to that. Well, Colonial Theater is gearing up for its next show. Godspell will be opening next Wednesday, the 18th, at Massey Hall. The show, directed by Ken Gargaro, is based on the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Tickets are $10 and can be ordered online at the RMU website. Godspell will run until Sunday, the 22nd. Now, for more information, you can contact John Locke at the Office of Student Life. The telephone number there is 412-397-5408. And also in campus news, if you're planning on heading to either of the basketball matchups on campus this Saturday, you'll be seeing more than just the game. During breaks in the action, a cast made up of current and former students will be doing live performances from Disney's High School Musical. Also at the game, you can register to win a trip for 4 to Walt Disney World. The winner will be announced after the men's game. Now, portions of the gate proceeds from the Saturday games will be going toward the local chapter of the American Cancer Society.
February is Black History Month, and there are plenty of events going on here at RMU to celebrate the occasion. Next Monday, February 16th, the Office of Residence Life will be holding a class divided at 7 p.m. in the Jefferson Center TV Lounge. Then on Tuesday, February 17th, you can learn about radical Black history at 5 p.m. in the private dining room. Then, next Wednesday, February 18th, you can see Drumline at 7:30 p.m. at the Bynum Theater. Tickets for that event are available in the Office of Student Life. Investigating the death of an Indiana University of Pennsylvania student. 18-year-old Douglas James Haney was found around 6 p.m. in his room in Schaefer Hall Tuesday night. Campus police do not suspect any foul play, but Indiana County Coroner Michael Baker did not yet have a clear cause of death. Haney of Bellefonte, PA, was a first-semester student studying political science.
Police are investigating a shooting in Washington, Pennsylvania tonight. 19-year-old Glenn Davis allegedly shot his father in his East Hallam Avenue home. Davis's 44-year-old father of the same name has been identified as the victim, being shot 7 times, including once in the chest. The motive for the crime has not yet been identified.
Northview Elementary Academy placed metal detectors at the school's entrance earlier this morning after a 9-year-old brought a loaded weapon into school yesterday. The Northview Heights School Police Chief said the boy was being teased by other kids, and that's why he brought the weapon into school. School police are investigating possible charges against the boy's mother and one other relative. Despite Tuesday's weather, an indoor groundbreaking ceremony to announce a new high school occurred right here in Moon. Moon Area Schools Director decided to hold the ceremony on the stage of the middle school due to rain. It is expected that the new high school will cost between $71 million and $73 million. The existing high school will house grades 5 through 8. And coming up after the break, President Obama's economic stimulus package is finally passed. And why is the mayor of Las Vegas mad at Obama?
Plus, we have your local weather forecast, but first, here's a look at what happened today in history. Stay tuned.
After months of debate and proposals, lawmakers on Capitol Hill have finally reached an agreement on the economic bailout plan. CNN's Jessica Doyle has the details.
We have come to an agreement with the Senate as to how we'll go forward.
After working long hours behind closed doors, House and Senate negotiators have struck a compromise agreement on a $789 billion stimulus package for the economy.
It's always the consideration of what we had in the bill that we wish was still, were still there. But the fact is that there's plenty there.
To lower the price tag, tax breaks for workers would be scaled back to $800 from $1,000 per family, or for individuals, $400 instead of $500. Infrastructure and school spending projects were trimmed from the original proposals too, trimmed but not eliminated.
We're surrounded by unmet needs and unfinished business in our schools, in our roads, in the systems we employ to treat the sick, in the energy we use to power our homes. And that's the core of my plan, putting people to work.
The House and Senate plan to work quickly to pass a final version of the package.
Working together, we can address the enormous economic crisis facing our country. I'm particularly pleased that we have produced an agreement.
The president praised both Democrats and Republicans for coming together on a bill aimed at creating 3.5 million jobs and getting the economy back on track. In Washington, I'm Jessica Doyle.
Some devastation across the American heartland today as communities in Oklahoma continue to clean up after this week's deadly tornadoes. At least 8 people died Tuesday evening when the 170-mile-an-hour winds tore through homes near Oklahoma City, with the town of Lone Grove near the Texas border taking the brunt of the damage. Roofs were ripped away, debris thrown about, and the town's post office was completely destroyed. Still today, some 6,000 power customers are in the dark following the storms. All right, and turning to world news now, the death toll from this week's Australian wildfires continues to grow tonight. Police in Victoria now fear that up to 300 people could have been killed in the blaze, which has scorched more than 900,000 acres of the Aussie countryside. Nearly 1,000 homes have been destroyed and more than 500 injuries have been reported. As of yesterday, 181 deaths have been blamed on the wildfires.
Queen of England is welcoming cyber visitors to a brand new royal website today. The online space will allow visitors to track the movements of their favorite royal family members with the use of an interactive map. There's also pages dedicated to Prince William and Harry, and you can even stay up to date on the royal pets. You can log on to the new site at www.royal.gov.uk.
Now we're done with the show. I have to check that out.
Oh yeah, see what the Queen Mother's up to.
All right, so definitely some very impressive wins yesterday. Turning to the weather now, of course, Channing is not with us this evening, so we'll take you through, take a look at some of the current temperatures.
Yeah, sure. Current temperatures right now, we're 40 degrees outside. It's cloudy outside here in Moon. For the almanac today, we have the actual high was 41, low of 31. Normal is 40, the low 30. And the record high is 70 degrees with a record low of -6.
And taking a look around the region, in Beaver Falls, we have 39, Butler at 38, Katanning at 37, Burgettstown a little warmer at 41, down south in Washington at 42, Greensburg also at 42, New Kensington at 41, and downtown Pittsburgh still at 41 degrees.
And in the region, up in Detroit, we have 38 degrees, Fort Wayne 41, Cleveland 36, Erie 35, a little warmer down in Columbus 46 degrees, Lexington 52, Charleston 50, Morgantown 44, and right here in the Berg 41.
Heat wave down in Lexington.
Oh yeah,
52.
Boy, Kentucky, I'll tell you.
All right, and turning now to our 5-day planner, looking at tomorrow. Friday, we have a high of 36 with a low of 25. On Saturday, high of 38 with some rain, then in the evening turning to snow showers. Sunday with a high of 33. On Monday, back down to freezing at 32. And on Tuesday, 37 degrees.
And now, let's turn it over to Matt Davies. We'll see what's going on over in the sports department. Matt?
And thanks, guys. When we come back, has Major League Baseball's latest steroid allegations put a tarnish on America's pastime? And will the Pens capture a much-needed win at the Igloo against the Sharks? And pitchers and catchers report to Pirate City in Bradenton. I'll explain after this. From A-Rod to A-Royd, just 2 days after the allegations of steroid use by Alex Rodriguez were published by Sports Illustrated, Rodriguez made his confession and apology in an interview on Monday with ESPN. Rodriguez acknowledged that he took steroids for a period of time when he was with the Texas Rangers that would include the years 2001 through 2003. This could have been the downside of the signing that was the largest contract in the history of baseball. Money can't buy happiness or peace of mind, but it can get you a fairly decent grade of pharmaceuticals. And if you ask, why does this steroid story stand out amongst all the hundreds of others? Well, this is one of the most talented people that ever played the game. Assuming his usual good health, he is on course to eventually break baseball's most hallowed record of career home runs. And just a little more than 4 months after another season of unfilled expectations ended, the Pirates are ready to open the next chapter in the organization's history. With the enduring frigid temperatures and the frenzy with which Steelers memorabilia is being bought off shelves in Pittsburgh, it's hard to believe that the focus has officially turned from football to baseball. But with spring training officially beginning later this week, that's exactly where we stand. Pitchers and catchers are required to report to Pirate City in Bradenton, Florida by Friday. Though many are there already, manager John Russell and new pitching coach Joe Kerrigan will then hold the team's first workout Saturday at noon. The Penguins pulled off an incredible victory over the best team in the National Hockey League last night. San Jose entered the game with the league's best winning percentage and lost the fewest games in regulation in the NHL. Still, Pittsburgh matched the Sharks' level of play and prevailed in the end for a much-needed 2 points. Bill Thomas scored his first goal as a member of the hometown Penguins. Thomas's goal was crucial in the Penguins' victory. He netted the score with only 1:34 left in the second period and enabled Pittsburgh to get to the shootout, eventually pulling off a confidence-boosting triumph. The Pens clawed their way to a 2-1 win thanks to a Sid the Kid game-winning goal in the shootout. That's it for sports. I'm Matt Davies. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. Exciting ending to that game. Well, tonight we have a new segment here at RMU Live called the LSAS Extra, commentary on a current event that is pressing, breaking, or maybe even shocking. The views expressed do not reflect the views or opinions of RMU-TV. Here's Josh.
Campus, I know that you've never had an emo swoop news reporter before. So put your pants on, because this is the LSAS Extra. On the LSAS Extra, we take opinion articles from our campus paper, The Century, and we report on them. Today's topic, Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin. This is brought to us by James Bacallia. The The Alaskan governor is still complaining that the media treated her unfairly during her presidential run with Senator McCain. But Gallia writes, it is possible that she may feel the media has treated her unfairly, given the widespread criticism she received after her interview with Katie Couric. I mean, she could field dress a moose while playing basketball and deliver a breaking news story. Plus, she's got 5 kids. That means they all play hockey. Campus, I digress. I have personal experience with hockey moms. In fact, I have one. And there's one thing that I know is that hockey moms rock and that the media should back off. I'd like to see you stare down Russia over morning coffee. So, media, pay attention. Miss Palin needs to be left alone or she'll go all maverick on you. I'm serious. But that's all the time we have for today. So in closing, keep your moose friends close, but your Alaskan crabs closer.
All right, thanks, Josh. Now, following the historic election of Barack Obama as our nation's 44th president, people are taking time tonight to look back to number 16. Today marks the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln Centennial has generated a lot of excitement due to the connections with President Obama, with the president being sworn in on the same Bible that Lincoln used for his ceremony back in 1861. In honor of Honest Abe, a ceremonial wreath was presented at Washington, D.C. today. You know, you can only wonder if Abraham Lincoln could see today. What do you think he would think?
I think he'd be pretty happy, you know. He, helped end slavery, and I think that, the progress this country's made has been pretty
And you know what, if I could think of guys I'd like to go, get a burger with or something, Lincoln would be one of them. I think he'd be a cool guy to hang out with.
Would be a cool guy.
They didn't have hamburgers back then.
I'm a Kennedy fan, though. I'm a Kennedy kind of guy. I'd like to have a burger with Kennedy.
I think that would be enjoyable as well.
Lots of good presidents you could have stuff too. But that's all the time we have for tonight. So be sure to stay tuned for tonight at Colonial Sports Center, 9 o'clock. RMU tonight, Tuesday at 8. For Chris, Matt, I'm Albert. Have a great weekend.
Take care now.
The preceding program was produced by RMU-TV at the Academic Media Center of Robert Morris University.